Get up from bed and drop dead. A talk by Avatar Adidar Samraj. The true purpose of your life has nothing to do with the realm of conditional appearances, which has its own cycle of past and present and future. Nothing that arises to attract you in this great universe in which you are appearing is your real business. All that arises is dying anyway, being transformed out of the realm of appearances. Devotee, including ourselves, this is a chilling realization. Adidar, it is not chilling if you realize the divine self-condition and source condition of everything that is arising. The death of anybody or anything is simply a transition into the next dimension. Many people associated with your past have already experienced it. They may not know very much about it, any more than they knew very much about the process of life. Perhaps they all have comprehended something about it, but in any case, they have been transformed. And they are so mysterious to you. Whatever they might have been during their lifetime, they are now heroes for having died. Those who have died are mysterious to you because, while alive, they were exactly like you. It is interesting to look at photographs of relatives and others from your childhood who are now dead. You knew them all very well. They were basically ordinary people like you. In their moment, grinning at the camera, they did not know anything more or less than you, fundamentally. Yet now they have been zipped and zapped out of this experience, whereas you have not. You are all like astronauts. Your entire lifetime is associated with preparation for the launch. This life is just a transition to another place. All those people you once knew have continued in the process of existence. They have been initiated into something you have yet to confront. That is why you must learn wisdom while alive. You must die while living. You must surrender during the waking state, while perfectly healthy in the natural course of your existence, profoundly and then frequently, commonly, regularly, constantly. Dying is ego transcendence, sacrifice, surrender. If you practice ego transcendence while alive, through the practice of the way of Adidam that I have revealed and given to you, then the physical event of death is just another moment of a process that you have engaged all the while. Thus, death is not a threat, and from the point of view of right sympathy and right surrender, you can realize the tacit meaning, significance, and direction of this entire affair, in which, out of nowhere, you and everyone are existing in these completely unable to account for. Look at all of you sitting around in this room here, completely unable to account for anything. Your situation is weird. You should begin to enjoy losing bodily consciousness and going on to another state, but you resist it. There is pleasure associated with dying, but like excrement, death is virtually taboo in the common world. You are not supposed to enjoy it. Spiritually awakened beings, however, know this pleasure. They know they must enjoy death, and they become pleasurably associated with it. Such individuals transcend fear while alive, yes, just as you must do. You must become able, as a matter of course, to enter into the bodiless and mindless condition in your waking life. Every morning, get up from bed and drop dead. Realize the ecstasy of heart communion with me to the point of transcending death. To lose bodily consciousness is a natural expression of religious ecstasy. All the yogas strive for it, but not as a form of suicide or a negative act. After all, one does return to bodily consciousness, yet to surrender to the point of transcending your fixed association with the body and to enter more profoundly into the process of realizing consciousness itself is one of the possibilities of bodily existence. When, through practice of the way of Adidam, you become able to enter that state of bodily surrender at will, then you lose your fear, which you have acquired through being confined by repetitive experience to the limited self-sense. You feel negative about existence because of this sense of limitation. Therefore, understand all experience and enter into another disposition, bodily, literally, physiologically, and relationally. Be truly a servant to me in the world, and be nothing else. Enjoy no other disposition than the ecstasy of devotion to me and service to me. Devotee, beloved Adida, I feel that one of the reasons we do not willingly lose bodily consciousness is that we are not sure we will return. Adida, yes, but when you are giving yourself up to the divine reality, why should you be concerned about such a thing? To withhold is not to serve. Any state other than direct, heartfelt surrender to me is an unending torment, leading more and more to profound despair. Therefore, as my devotee, simply surrender the self-contraction by turning to me. If you do this, then the body yields the sense of its independence, its fixed attention and sensation, as a natural expression of its ecstasy. In the real spiritual process, the loss of bodily consciousness is quite natural. Yogis describe it all the time. The loss of bodily consciousness is the root of such expressions as the one attributed to Paul in the New Testament. I die daily. It is to give yourself up simply, to give yourself up to real God, to the point of ego death, without negative connotations, but in the most positive sense. As the ego I, all your actions are undertaken to fulfill or reinforce your present state of body-mind. But the practice of the way of Adidam involves the total transcending of your present state of body-mind and any past or future state. Such transcending is an altogether different existence than you have reinforced in your behavior and associations throughout your life. Yes, you must die every day. You must enter into each day as a person newly born, free, not at all bound to your egoic self. My recommendation that you drop dead every day is an amusement, but I am talking about ecstasy. The one thing you fear is death, because you are holding on to your egoic self. If you give up your egoic self by turning to me, moment to moment, you die as the ego I. You transcend the physical and mental limitations of the egoic self. You must feel death as ecstasy and be free of your fear of it. The business of your life must become ecstatic surrender to me through the most life-positive association with me. Do not live a dreadful, fearful, mysterious association with death. It is not that physical death is, in and of itself, so profoundly important. What is important is the process of real transformation, of which physical death is one particular manifestation. That transformative process must go on while you are alive. Therefore, enter wholeheartedly into that process while you live and when you die. Da.